How'd you get with Golden Boy?
So I had 2 early losses. So my journey was kind of up, down. It ain't like everybody's. So I lost, then I ain't had no promoter. I was by myself dolo. I fought for free a couple times. So had to sell tickets to get on the show. Ain't making not $1. Then I got a call to fight this dude, Elvis Rodriguez. And he had just won like ESPN Prospect of the Year. So that's like Rookie of the Year, basically. He was 12-0, 12 knockouts. So they called for it the first time, but they wanted me to fight on 2 weeks' notice. I'm like, nah, y'all give me time to train. We got it. So I said, nah, that time. Then they called back maybe like 2 months later, and it was like 8 weeks out. As soon as they called, I said, yeah, let's do it. So we do that.
And you win?
Yeah, I was plus 1,200 on the odds. I was plus 1,200. I think I had like $300 in my account.
You put it on yourself?
I took it out. I gave it to my dad. I said, go put all of that on me. And then I won that, and that's how I started back. I got from just here to going back here. Then I had a title eliminator fight that everybody that's my best opponent so far, but everybody was, I've seen on the internet, everybody saying I'm gonna get stopped, blah, blah, blah. But this Russian dude won that. And then I was number 1 contender for the world title. And then like wouldn't nobody fight me. So I couldn't get a fight. I went with Golden Boy. At that time I was with PBC, but I couldn't get a fight. So I was just like, bro, like 15 months then passed. Why I ain't fighting? And then I asked for a release from that. Had to come up off some bread to get released. But then that's when we started talking to Golden Boy, and I talked to a couple of people, promoters like Golden Boy, Ty Rank, all the major ones. And then Golden Boy, the deal was the best one. So that's just how that happened. But so far so good. I'm happy with it.
What's the difference between the fighter that lost to 2 early fights to the fighter that started winning?
Just the perception. Like, I ain't gonna say it's Floyd's fault, but like people want to see that. Oh, no, they don't want you to have a L. They don't want you to have a draw. They want to see 0 wins, 0-0, like no blemishes. But I feel like that ain't. If you look at the UFC, all the top fighters, they got hella losses.
But the only fighter, I'm gonna keep it real, that had the losses and came back and became somebody was Manny Pacquiao.
Nah, he ain't the only one.
Who
Bernard lost his first pro fight.
Bernard Hopkins, but B-Hop, but Manny was losing fights, like multiple fights. I think he lost like 3 or 4 fights before he got his act together.
Nah, but he had lost. When he was in the lower weights, he was still world champion. People didn't really know him. He was small.
Okay.
And then when he started moving up, he came over to the U.S., and that's when people started finding out. But he had early losses.
Early losses, yeah. But I asked you,
like
was there something different?
Tevin Farmer, he another dude, he had early losses.
But I asked you if he was different, right? Because he was documented saying, I wasn't as serious as I should have been.
Nah, yeah.
I wasn't training as hard.
I mean, that's a lot of times too. That ain't my.
That wasn't you?
Nah, I was serious as hell. I ain't had nothing else to do.
Okay.
I just I was learning on the job. Like I said, Chicago, we ain't really had no pro boxers that like wasn't nobody for me to just call and be like, yo, I need some advice. Like,
gotcha.
What I'm supposed to do, blah, 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 like how I'm supposed to navigate this. Like I was just, me and my pops was just learning on the job.
Although you was a world Olympian?
Yeah, it's two. Like I look at
they didn't expose you to
I look at it as 2 different sports. Like
I mean, but they didn't expose you to people that you could have called on? Or was it just you? Because you already said I don't really talk to nobody.
Yeah,
so you I'm not trying to call nobody.
That too, but I asked
come on.
Like I asked Andre Ward, I got his number and stuff.
Okay.
I asked him stuff, but as far as like the training part, the like just being a professional, how to lose weight and everything, I was still doing it like an amateur. I ain't know no better. Like wasn't nobody around me that
tell you that you're a pro now.
Yeah, you a pro.
You got to come up to the pros.
You change
Yeah.
So I was still doing it.
So when you find that out, or you just figured it out?
Nah. So one of the fights I lost, right? I was in the locker room and I just like I felt cool, and then just out of nowhere, I just felt everything, all my energy just went, and I was just like I felt like a zombie before the fight. I don't even know how I made it through the fight. I felt like shit walking to the ring, and then as soon as I felt it, it was on TV, it was on Showtime, so they came back and they was like, "Yo, it's time to walk." You can't tell the TV, "Yo, wait, I don't feel good." So I just had to go out there and I fought. I don't know how, but come to find out, like I knew this before I had sickle cell trait. So I got kicked off Team USA before for that, actually. Like I went to Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico and they had did blood work on us in Colorado. That's where the Olympic training center at. And I got to Puerto Rico and they was just like, they put me to the side. It was a tournament out there. They put me to the side. They was like, you can't box no more. And I was like, what? I was like, I've been boxing my whole life. What do you mean I can't box no more? And he was like, your blood work came back, showed you got sickle cell trait, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I've been boxing since I was 8 years old. What the fuck are you talking about? So they sent me back home. I had to go to Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, do a whole bunch of tests proving it was safe for me to box, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, y'all say I got a trade, blah, 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 but it ain't never affected me in the fight. Then I come to find out it ain't gonna affect me in a 3-round fight in the amateurs. That's too quick for me.
It's too quick.
Yeah.
When you get to 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds.
Yeah, pro, and I start feeling like a zombie, then I know like.
So what happened? How'd you start? How'd you change that? How'd you fix it?
I got nutritionists. Like I ain't had no nutritionist at first. I was just.
You couldn't afford one, could you? Could you have afforded one? Yeah, no.
Nah, like I got a nutritionist.
That's what money do for you.
Yeah,
you win a couple things. You can afford a couple things. You know
I got nutritionists. They make sure all my hydration, my food, I'm eating the right stuff to just take care of it.
So now you fucking niggas up because you got the right treatment. You a pro now. You stepped your game up. What's the biggest difference between going from Team USA to becoming a good pro?
Well, it's different now. When I was on Team USA, it was just crazy. It wasn't really organized. It was like I done been back with the team just to train with them like afterwards. But when I was on the team, when like we got to Kazakhstan for the World Championship, we ain't even had no uniforms, no fight uniforms. They had to go to the store and buy some uniforms to fight in.
What?
Yeah, so like they good.
What year was that?
2013.
Damn, they ain't had it together in 2013.
Yeah, we had to go we got to Kazakhstan, 20-some hour flight.
What was the problem? I mean, you know now, was it the leadership? Was it the coach?
That's it, yeah. Like our coach was from Cuba, and he wasn't able to travel yet, so he couldn't even go to tournaments with us. Because he had just got to the USA.
Yeah,
so he didn't have all his, like, if
paperwork and everything.
If he get caught while he out of the country, they gonna take him back. Yeah, so he couldn't go nowhere with us. He didn't go to no tournaments with us.
So where did he train with y'all at?
In Colorado, the
and
Olympic
then just sent y'all off to go do y'all thing.
They would send coaches with us, like other coaches, but the head coach, and he ain't barely speak English. But
was that successful for y'all? Were y'all still winning, or did that affect y'all?
My first international tournament, I got a silver medal. I thought it should have been gold, but
who got the gold?
It was Cuba. Cuba, yeah. I was 18, 19. Okay. He was like 30-something.